Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I wanted to do a book haul. I went to Half Price Books the other day and got quite a few books. And I also wanted to show you my fall TBR. Okay, so whenever I went to Half Price Books, I was just looking for one book. Came out with 10. Also includes 2 books I got from Barnes & Noble the night before I went to Half Price. So the book that I went to Half Price Books for was American Psycho, because I love the movie with Christian Bale, and I just wanted to see how he's portrayed in the book, which I heard he is much more morally corrupt. I was just interested. So that's the first book. I'll just show you the 2 that I got from Barnes & Noble. So I got If We Were Villains because I've heard amazing reviews on this book and I really think it's going to be a good fall read. Then I finally got The Final Gambit, which is the last book in the Inheritance Games series. And my friend read it and he said it's amazing. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Then I wanted to try out a new author. I love book talk books, but I'm trying to verge away from it because I want to have my own opinion on a book and not read it because someone told me to read it. So I saw this book just while I was browsing, and it's called The Hearts We Sold by Emily Lloyd Jones. And I don't know, it looks so good, and I didn't get any romance books. Well, this is kind of romance, but it's this girl who makes a deal with a demon and he takes her heart. So the question is, can she give him her heart when it's no longer hers to give? This is talking about a boy that she apparently is going to fall in love with. Very interested in this. And then by the same author, who, by the way, I've never heard of this author, I just really like the descriptions of her books, is The Bone Houses. It's also fantasy. It's risen corpses who are known as bone houses. And I don't know, it just caught my eye. It seemed interesting. So hopefully I like her books. Next, this book was recommended to me by a friend. She said I would like this series based on all the other books I've liked. So this is the first book in the Uglies series. It's called Uglies. It looks pretty good. It's like a procedure that turns you from an ugly to a pretty. Next book I got has been on my TBR for so long, but I couldn't find it, is The Raven Boys, which is the first book in the Raven cycle. I don't know, it just seems so good. This book, I can guarantee you, I'm probably not going to be able to read it soon. It's about 750 pages, and I read A Little Life, and that was, I think, 800 pages, and that took me a month to read. And this book isn't catching my eye as much as A Little Life, but of course, it's Donna Tartt. I had to get it. It's the Goldfinch. It does seem very good. It just doesn't seem, I'm not into big books right now. I'm trying to stick with smaller books. But yeah, I got the Goldfinch. And then I got A Man Called Ove. This book has been recommended to me so many times on Bookstagram. I don't know, it seems so good. The only genre I know it by is fiction. I really don't know what else you would call it. It's just, I think it's the story of a grumpy man. And then I got Looking for Alaska because I have this reading journal and it said, read a book from the year that you were born. And this was published in 2005, if I'm correct. That's what it told me. So, Looking for Alaska. I heard it's really good. I was so wrong on what I thought it was about. I thought he was literally looking for the place, Alaska, but it's a girl's name. Last book I got, which was also recommended to me through the reading journal that I have, it like gives little prompts, was The Night Circus, which I have been looking for this book for way longer than any other book, and I could not find it. But this one is in like amazing condition, so I had to get it. I'm excited to read this book. These were all the books that I got, quite a lot. On to Fall TBR. Starting off strong, straight from the haul pack, the first one on my TBR is If We Were Villains, because as I said, it sounds like a great fall read, so might as well read it in the fall. Next book, I'm not really considering it on my fall TBR, but I definitely know I'm going to be reading it soon in fall, The Final Gambit, because I have to finish this series, but it's not technically my fall TBR. I guess this can be considered on my fall TBR as I'm currently reading it. This is One Dark Throne, which is the second book in the Three Dark Crowns series, which is those books all stacked up. There's 4 of them. I'm on the second. I am on page 167, and I love this book. I love the characters. I love it. The Atlas 6. I've heard so many good reviews about this. Very excited to read The Atlas 6. I don't know when I'm going to read this one. Oh, it's only 330 pages. Okay, I might read it soon. Next book I'm so excited for, The Dance of Thieves. I've had this book for a long time. I really wanted to read it, but it's 500 pages. So I was iffy about it, but even the cover is screaming fall. So I kind of have to read it in fall. Okay, next, I'm really choosing some big books to read, kind of. This is 450 pages. This is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. This book caught my eye straight off just the fact that it says 7.5 deaths. Like, how do you die half a time? If you don't know what it's about, it's basically Evelyn Hardcastle dies every night, and then there's this guy, Aiden Bishop, who every day he wakes up in the body of a different guest, and he has to try and figure out who's killing her. So it's kind of like Happy Death Day, but probably better, let's be honest. And last on my TBR for fall, because I can't really read that many books, is The Guest List. I'm really trying to get more into mystery, and I love like POV switches, or I love Death on the Nile, where there's several suspects, which is what this one is. It's the bride, the plus one, the best man, the wedding planner, and the bridesmaid all have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer. This just reminds me of Murder on the Orient Express, like Knives Out kind of, and I love those movies, I love those books, so I have to read this one. So this is my fall TBR. We have a lot of neutral colors going on, which I think very much fits fall. So yeah guys, that was my video. I know it was pretty short, but hopefully you got some book recommendations out of that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video.